I-90 closed is a topic that is talked about quite frequently. It can refer to a certain section of the interstate which has been closed off due to maintenance or construction, or it can refer to certain times of the year where traffic flow is restricted. In most cases, I-90 will be closed off to allow for efficient and safe travel on the interstate. This kind of closure can be due to road construction, repair, or other activities that are taking place on the highway. The closure of I-90 is typically done in order to make the trip safer and smoother for travelers. It also helps with congestion on the road and improves the accessibility for emergency vehicles if they are needed. During these times, it can be difficult to find an alternate route to get to your destination. For this reason, it is important to plan ahead and check local maps for any closures or detours that could be in place. When I-90 is closed, drivers should take extra precautions to ensure their safety. They should also be aware of any detours that could be in place and plan accordingly. While most closures of I-90 are planned, there are some instances where this closure could be due to an unplanned event. This could include a car accident, weather event, or a natural disaster. During these closure times, it is important to check the road conditions and follow any detours that are in place. It is also important to remember that the speed limits still apply and to follow them. Because I-90 closures can cause delays, it is important to plan ahead by checking the travel advisories and traffic reports. This will help you plan your route and also reduce your stress while traveling. When I-90 is closed, you should also consider checking alternate routes and how much time it may take to get to your destination. You should also be wary of any construction zones that may be in place in order to stay safe. In general, when I-90 is closed, it usually results in a strain on alternative routes. Traffic is typically heavier than normal, and drivers should take extra precautions while traveling. During these times, it is also important to check the weather conditions in order to make sure that you are able to safely and quickly reach your destination. If there is bad weather, it could lead to even more delays. While I-90 is closed, you should also be aware that there may also be additional restrictions in place. This could include the speed limit, parking restrictions, or even restricted use of the road. During I-90 closures, it is important to understand the importance of safety and to abide by the rules of the road. It is also important to understand that these closures can cause delays and should plan accordingly. If you are planning to drive on I-90 when it is closed, it is important to check the local news sources in order to make sure that you are aware of any closures that may be in place. Additionally, it is important to understand that closures of I-90 can lead to traffic congestion and delays. For this reason, it is important to choose an alternate route if possible. Road closures can be both an inconvenience and a safety risk. It is important to have all the necessary information to make sure you stay safe on your travels. Although I-90 closed is something that happens quite often, it is not something to be taken lightly. It is important to adhere to safety restrictions and to follow detour signs in order to make your journey as stress-free as possible. During times when I-90 is closed, it is important to check traffic advisories and update yourself with information regarding the status of the closure. This will ensure that you are prepared for any delays that you may encounter on your way. Additionally, it is important to remember that although I-90 is closed to the public, there are still workers in the area that may be present. It is important to be aware of your surroundings and to stay safe at all times. When I-90 closed, it is important to take extra caution and to allow yourself extra time to get to where you need to go. It is also important to understand that these closures are often in place to protect both the driver and his or her vehicle. Although I-90 is closed, it is important to abide by the imposed speed limit. This not only ensures your safety, but also provides an opportunity for drivers to take their time and appreciate the view. It is also important to be aware that when I-90 is closed, there may be other restrictions in place as well. This could include road bans, weight restrictions, or other regulations that are put in place for safety. During times when I-90 is closed, it is important to check in with the local news sources to keep up to date with the most recent information regarding the road closure. Once the closure of I-90 comes to an end, it is important to adhere to the speed limit to ensure that you reach your destination safely. Additionally, it is important to make sure that your vehicle is in good condition before beginning your journey. I-90 closure can be a hassle, but it is important to remember that safety is of the utmost importance. It is important to adhere to the rules of the road and to follow detour signs in order to stay safe on your travels.